Backing General MacArthur's charge that Russia is aiding the North Koreans, United States Delegate Warren Austin produces a captured Soviet-made machine gun for examination by members of the Security Council. Soviet Delegate Malik remains stony-faced as it is passed around. But when it comes his turn to examine the weapon, the former president of the council declines, possibly because he knows what one looks like, and takes one of his frequent walks. But his exit does not stop inspection of the gun, and after his departure, it is passed over his empty chair and goes on to the Indian delegate. It is in an atmosphere of tension that the 277th plenary session of the United Nations meets. A new alternate United States delegate, Mrs. Edith Sampson, is joined by Secretary of State Acheson and Warren Austin. Foreign Minister Andrei Vyshinsky reads some American headlines that may give him food for thought, for it is on the question of whether United Nations forces will continue across the 30th parallel that much of the debate will center. Never has the Assembly met with more fateful issues to resolve. The seating of Communist China, the overriding of the Soviet veto to censure North Korea are on the ominous agenda. Secretary Acheson makes another and eloquent plea for peace throughout the world.
Peace the world wants must be free from fear. The fear of invasion, the fear of subversion, the fear of the...
Yankee Stadium, home of baseball's immortal Babe Ruth, is the scene of the third and fourth games of the 1950 World Series, with the Yanks leading the Philadephia Phillies 2-0. Highlights of game number 3. Pat going for New York, scored tied 1-1. Mike Goliath lines it to series. Then comes the 8th, and Ken Heinzelman, the Phil's starting pitcher, walks into trouble. Coleman have been given a pass, and now Heinzelman walks. Load him up. So Eddie Sawyer calls for his ace. Brown, and a bad break for the Phils. Brown's grounder is bobbled, and Coleman races across to tie up the game 2 runs apiece. 9th inning, Constante trying to put out the fire. Woodling in scoring position at second. Jerry Coleman comes through again. Woodling comes home, and the Yankees are 1 game away from winning the series. The champs are ahead in the 4th game, with Yogi Berra facing Constante. Here's Constante again, and the Yanks' great catcher belts one into the right field seats. The second home run of the 1950 series. Both Yankee and Yogis put the American Leaguers out front, 3-0. For Bobby Brown, it's hit number 4 for the Classic, a series clutch hitter for the Yanks, and this 6th inning wallop confuses the Clipper. DiMaggio backtracks, thinking the ball may be caught, but it isn't, and Joe makes for home, and Brown goes in with a triple. Hank Bauer lifts a long fly to left, sending Sizzler deep to haul it in. Plenty of time for Brown to tag along home to make it 4-0 for the Bronx Bombers. Rookie Whitey Ford has 1 out to go when Semenuk lofts one deep to left, but the ball gets away from Woodling, and 2 Whiz Kids whiz across the plate. From 5-0, it's 5-2. The Phils have the tying run at the plate. That's all for young Mr. Ford. Casey Stengel is forced to play his ace, Allie Reynolds, to face pinch hitter Lopata. And that's all for the Whiz Kids. Reynolds gets his man out swinging, and it's all over. The Yanks have won in a sweep, the 6th time they've done it, and their 13th World Series victory.